in the year since I spoke with Patsy and Sharon, things have really grown for the organization. How would you describe where things are at now versus a year ago?
We're like a mega organization now. We're like the little engine that could and could and could. And Terria is involved much more heavily now, and we've grown to, we've kind of like expanded with, we have mega moms, we have expert moms, we have brands who care, we have mentorships. I mean, we have partnered with the East Side Riders in Los Angeles and Watts to help the kids down there. I'll let Meredith and Patsy and Terria, by the way, you guys look great. Terria chime in. They look great. You know, they don't usually clean up this way for me on Saturday morning. I'm usually wearing my nightgown when the two of us, the three of us, not Meredith, meet. We have a podcast we're working on, which is a secret, but it will be out soon, hopefully. Patsy, Terria, and I. And I don't know, we've just kind of, there aren't enough hours in the day. Mary, you want to jump in?
I think what happened when the quarantine began is we thought, uh-oh, that's it. We're going to slow way down. And the opposite has happened. We've really found ways to make inroads virtually with a lot of organizations and with Sharon's branding and product, you know, partnerships. It's like a whole new animal.
We've pivoted to merch. I'm back where I belong, just like Hello Dolly. I'm back in the garment center where I belong.
Whether you want to call it merch or swag or gear, whatever you want to call it, I don't think you're legitimate.
I got to correct that. It's not like our merch. It's brand partnerships. So it really is like fashion and jewelry and handbags and cookies and all sorts of things.
Well, as they say, it's not about who you know. It's about who's willing to say that they know you. And people are willing to know all of you. That's definitely a great sign for a nonprofit.
Yeah, I think it's like we based our branding on that. Like when Terria, Patsy, and I did the PSA for President Obama, and it was like Michelle said, #YourMomCares. I'm like, that's a brand. You know, moms, all the moms care, but lucky for Terria, Patsy, and I, and all of our other amazing new mega moms. We have Zendaya's mom. We have so many new moms. We have a voice because our kids have a voice. So by default, we kind of have a voice, and we're going to use that voice for good.
Sure. Now, Mary, I haven't gotten you to weigh in on anything. Please enlighten. Have we missed anything at the get-go?
I mean, there's just so much. We've been at it for about 2 years now in this current incarnation of focusing on kids' mental health. And I think the biggest change that Your Mom Cares was in just the right place at the right moment for is culturally. We are continuing to evolve in the way that we think and talk about mental health. And this notion that Your Mom Cares has been pushing for, that health is health, not physical health and mental health, and that there shouldn't be a stigma around this issue. Your Mom Cares was there first, and Your Mom Cares has been one of the leading voices in that area, not just funding things that are doing the work, but starting that conversation in communities across the country. And I think if you look at our social media following and you see the way people respond and comment to the things that we're sharing, people want this right now. People want to feel a sense of community and acceptance, and COVID highlighted all of that. COVID put people in an isolated situation where we were hungry to connect and share experiences in some way, and you know, on the branding side, to feel good about what little we could do. And so if you need to go buy a mask or buy a new pair of earrings, or, you know, whatever it is, if you can do it and also support something that is doing good in this world, that's the product you're going to pick. And that's kind of the concept behind brands who care.
When Meredith talks, it's kind of like E.F. Hutton. It's like, I have done all these things. I've kind of created them. I'm like, really? Do we do this? Oh, that's amazing. She's so articulate. I'm like, I didn't even know. I mean, I know it, but I don't say it. I say it in like a flamboyant, nonsensical, not nonsensical, but way, and that makes sense in my head. But thank God I've got Terria, Meredith, and Patsy to say it in a beautiful way that makes sense to other listeners.
Sure.
It's the truth. I figure you want to know, like, you want to get to know us. So like, that is my truth. I'm a visionary that doesn't speak the way the rest of the people on this call will give you the answers.
Well, later
It's
I'm
the
going to
truth.
find out if you're going to get into the Jericho Hall of Fame next year.
I'm in it.
Oh,
I'm
you got
in
it?
it. Hello. I am in the Jericho. You hit my sweet spot.
I
in
was
the
there.
Jericho Hall of Fame.
I
That's
saw
what
her
I did.
inducted.
That happened in the
I
last
was
year?
inducted. You want to hear something funny though? I have been begging them to let me speak at graduation. They don't even return my calls. I do master classes at FIT. This is my high school career. I do master classes. By the way, I really like your hair, Terria. I do master classes at FIT, and they will not even return my call. If I continue, I mean, after COVID, I think I'm just going to show up like my tagline. I'm just going to show up and say I'm in the Hall of Fame. I'd like to talk to the class, please. I think I'm going to do it. Why not? What could happen?
Well, as we just heard, your organization is definitely about making people prepared, keeping people prepared, making sure that people are doing the right thing in a lot of different ways. When COVID hit, every single company pretty much I can think of had to make some sort of adjustment. Were you guys immediately prepared to go remote, or were there, bumps and learning curves involved?
I would say that we were not prepared to go remote, but I would say, to Patsy's point, Meredith and I work more hours and harder than we have ever worked before COVID. We did pivot, and I would say that we were lucky and also creative enough, and we persevere enough to have pivoted into these grand partnerships and into areas where people are like I don't know who said it, but people are still buying things. Like I'm wearing 2 of our partnerships right now. These are brands that care, and it's not a one-off. We don't partner with a one-off. We're not going to have an influencer put something on and say, buy these pajamas, 25% for 1 week. I'm not interested in that. It's way too much work. And honestly, we want to teach people to give back. So if you're doing it in perpetuity, if you're doing a big partnership with us, it teaches you that it's important to give back. And I personally believe, as a trend person, that the brands who do not care are going to go down, 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 because in this environment and climate where we all, and everyone's shaking their head, and it's rare that the 3 of us agree on something. I'm kidding. That's our podcast. That brands really have to care, because the brands that don't care, people aren't going to be interested in it. There was a study done that if you like something a little bit better, but they don't have a give back, you'll buy the other thing now. Whereas you would always buy the thing you like better. So things are changing, and everybody better change along with it. And we're trying to give a voice to that change.
Terria.
Very well said, articulate.
That was hard for me.
Eloquent.
You understood what I said? Thank you.
Thank you. So far, I'm speaking your fluent language the same way that you are, and that's a great thing. But sending something to Terria here. How did you get involved? How did you meet everybody else? Because when I spoke with Patsy and Sharon, you were involved, but we didn't connect on the phone right then. I don't know if you upgraded or you were the third wheel. I don't know. I'm new to this.
She's the head of it now.
Definitely.
What do I
feel?
I need people to tell me what to do. So if they just tell me what to do, I'll be happy to do it. But I met them at the White House, and we had just done that public service announcement for the Affordable Care Act. And I was just thrown in my daughter's studio and said, how about you do this? And I go, sure. Okay. They want me because it was for Mother's Day or something like that, guys. I think I'm not.
The mothers were pushing it because there was a deadline.
There was a deadline for enrollment, so it was March 2014.
Karen, how you got to me, maybe through, I don't know who, but.
I think it was William Morris.
Excuse me, William Morris. So, oh yeah, and they represent my daughter. So anyway, so everything was done in isolation. All the messages were done in isolation.
Kind of like now.
Yeah, it was like pre-COVID. So it was all done in isolation, and New York Times, LA Times, but we met there. And like Sharon said, she jumped on the Michelle Obama's tagline, and brilliant woman that she is, and caring mother that she is. It was so perfect. So then, they started creating and getting me in.
They reeled
So
you.
we pursued Terria. We're dating her, and Terria. I'm bi-coastal, so Terria and I spend a lot of really good time in New York, don't we? Like our quality time. We have like dinners and theater. We have a lot in common.
Yeah,
She's taken me to see some beautiful shows and music,
yeah. We like to go to the theater.
and we both like to walk. So yeah, we have a lot in common. We ended up having a lot in common.
Yeah.
That's wonderful to hear. So when a lot of companies or organizations start, the old cliche of what's your 5-year plan, what's your 10-year plan, how much of what's the company's accomplished was planned versus just organic, would you say?
Zero was planned. Zero. Meredith will tell you that she plans things. I'm sure she does, and that's wonderful for her. It's a gay gesundheit, as since we're talking to the Jewish Journal. Let her live and be well. But I don't plan anything. It comes into my head. We planned to succeed, right, ladies? And we planned to help children. I would say that was our plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say we're doing very well.
I would say so. As we talked about at the top of this conversation, the brand name is just on point. Most organizations just don't have such a catchy name. Was there almost a second name for the organization that happened where this would have just been the hashtag?
No, because Your Mom Cares, when I decided that I thought that's like Mothers Against Drunk Driving. So the joke in my house is my assistant's name was Coco, which was the perfect name. I used to say, Coco, get me the White House, because we had this connection. We still do, Brad. And we called the White House and I said, can I trademark the name? This is a great brand, because that's my background is, branding, marketing, management. So I'm like, this is such a good brand. And now we finally have people like Patsy, Terria, and Michael B. All these moms, Chris Paul's mom. Well, I should call them by their name, but you wouldn't know it. Robin and Donna, and Donna, and Joan Kimmel. Yeah, and they help us. I mean, we have the voice, like Your Mom Cares, but the moms, influencers and celebrity moms, we are only doing that by default because of the voice and the power it gives us. We include every mom. This is not a club. It's not exclusive. We invite everyone to join us. It's just, this gives us, you probably wouldn't have called me if my kids didn't act, would be a wild guess. So it gives us the platform to talk to you.
Hey, fair note here, Patsy emailed me. So I didn't call you for that.
Yeah, but you might not have responded if it wasn't Adam Levine's mother. I'm just saying. That's all I'm
Patsy
saying.
did not put the L last name in that email. I knew who Patsy was because not only did I interview you guys before, but, I always read the trades. And so, a little respect here, a little
Oh my God, I was totally not disrespecting you. You would know if I was disrespecting you, that would be nothing. That would be that's like in Babyland if I was disrespecting you.
Of
No, I'm
course.
just kidding.
Of course.
No, I just meant it gives us the opportunity to talk to like Katie Couric and NBC, and they're not going to just put on, sadly, a mom from Oklahoma that has something to say. They're just not. Chances are.
Right. So you mentioned partnerships before. For somebody who just knows the name of the organization that's doing well and who's involved, who are some of the brands that you guys look at as being great partners that you foresee working with for a long time to come?
I'm going to because I talked a lot, but I know them all because obviously I courted them. I'm going to let Meredith give you a list because she's better at remembering the list. If she forgets, I'll chime in.
We all have our strengths, I guess.
No, I mean, I can do it. I just don't want to monopolize the whole conversation. Trust me, I can do it.
The ones that we've launched within the past month, actually, we're working with Ahita Coriel on these fabulous embroidered masks. We're working with Strands by Sherry on mask chains, which double as chokers. Exactly. We are working with Corey Page Designs. If anyone is in New York City and wants to safely go visit the intersection of 33rd and 7th Avenue, right by Penn Station, this really vibrant artist, Corey Page, designed a billboard which matches the product collaboration we did with her, which includes coloring sheets, leggings, printouts. So you can just go to the website, purchase the coloring sheet, print them out, and color them at home. We're also working.
I just want to add to that because I just want to add to that one thing because it has all of our taglines. It's okay to not be okay. It's really important that we dare to care. Like our little taglines are like joyful and powerful and empowering, but we did it with an artist that has a lot of whimsy and like a 60s kind of a 60s pop artist. That's what she's like. So the kids like it. They stop and they look and they're like, but it's for mental health. So it's kind of like interesting. Sorry, Mary.
No, that's okay. So we've teamed up with Lingua Franca, which are these gorgeous cashmere sweaters that, again, it's okay to feel blue, one of our slogans. And then Because I Said So, embroidered on the sweaters. Art Sugar is like a home art company where we have 2 different collaborations right now. These trays that you can use that are perfect
Amazing
during
trays.
quarantine for like serving people, as well as we did a collaboration with a young artist, Jessica Kaplan, who struggles herself with some physical and mental health issues and uses art as an outlet. And so we teamed up with our brand partner, Art Sugar, not just to benefit Your Mom Cares with every purchase, but also to highlight the incredible story of this artist who's using her art form as a way to bring joy to herself and to others. Some partnerships that we have that are launching in the next couple of weeks is with a brand called Tossin that does women's wear. Sharon's wearing one of their jackets right now. She's an
You got to promote the merchandise.
Team player.
Yeah. I'm a team player.
Quilted koala, which honestly, every woman who reads the Jewish Journal should have a quilted koala bag. It's just like the everything fits in it kind of magic bag. What are some
With
of the other ones?
Exclusive sayings for us.
One of our big long-term partnerships is with a skincare company called
Are you fading?
They're based out of Canada, but their products are amazing, and they've made a commitment. They've made a commitment to support us in everything that they do across their mission, tying in sort of skin health and people's confidence in their physical appearance to their mental health. Should I keep going? We have more.
Yeah, Estee Lauder, Becca Cosmetics, Estee Lauder. We're doing an anti-suicide, some sort of product. It's a special thing. It hasn't come out yet. Yep. We'll tell you more. But I mean, we can go on and on. Apothecary, the candles are ongoing. Burn the Stigma. The candles say burn the stigma. So we have a lot of polka dot England. I mean, I can go on. And I mean, you don't want me to just keep going. But we had to make money, Darren. We had to make money. So we had to find great companies that would do a big give back.
I find it really amazing that, as we talked about, like, yes, there is the celebrity angle to your organization, but how little your team hangs your hats. Is that the expression? Do people still say hang your hat?
No. I think they do. They'll say hang your mask now, but hang your hat. Okay.
Okay, you guys don't hang your mask on all of that. Because how many, without naming names, how many nonprofit organizations or causes do we hear about where it's based on a catchphrase and then that's all they keep coming back to? You know, for your team, it was a nice launching pad, but it's almost becoming the least interesting thing about your cause. Have you thought about that at all?
No.
Yeah, because you know why? Because with all due respect to all of our children, maybe not Meredith's because they're babies, they're not famous yet. I always tell her, you better stop hanging out with us. They're not famous yet, her babies. But celebrities are not interesting anymore. With all due respect, I started expert management because celebrities should not be telling us what to do about our health, etc. Then the experts started telling us what to do about our health, and that was great. And then COVID came, and the experts don't really know. So now, Terria, Patsy, and I are the moms, and mother knows best, like father knows best. And we have lived the longest, we've seen the most, and our opinions, which I knew we'd always get to, matter the most. I just waited for society to catch up to Your Mom Cares. And I really do think that the celebrities, our children supporting us is beautiful and makes sense. It really does. And they do care, and everybody's affected with mental health right now. But we stand on our own. You know, we brought them up. They didn't bring us up.
Now, a question for each of you, and I'm going to start with Patsy first. Is there an accomplishment with Your Mom Cares that you're most proud of so far?
That I'm most proud of?
Yeah, well, I'm sure everyone's going to have a different answer to that.
Yeah, I think individually, I'm just most proud of the fact that what we set out to do, we have done. If you save one, I'm stealing a line from Sharon, if you save one child, you've done your job. But in a sense, I think what we've gone well beyond that, and what we also had wanted from the beginning, and not frivolously so, was to become a household name. And I think that we're at the very least a recognizable name in this field. And I'm proud that people approach Your Mom Cares now email or direct message on Instagram and want either to volunteer or want advice, we can point them in the right direction for those things. I think that's my proudest accomplishment, not in a bubble. It's the whole group doing it together, certainly not me doing it. I think that's been a fantastic accomplishment.
Who's the next volunteer to
I'll go last.
Terria? Okay, your chance.
Sharon would want to go last. We like to save the best for last. To piggyback on your sentence that said, it's not who knows you, it's not how many people are willing to say they know you. I'm so proud of all the mothers that have come directly to our aid, no questions asked, to bring their people together to highlight what we needed to raise money to us to keep on working. And they never say no. I don't even know all of them that well, but they're so loving and giving, and I'm proud of the group, the organization, the blossoming of our orchard.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That's perfect because it ties in, Terria, to what I was going to say. I think what I'm most proud of is the growth that we've seen from the beginning, in that Your Mom Cares had a platform and said, let's find the most groundbreaking, innovative people working in mental health and support them financially, give them a megaphone to yell from the mountaintops what they're doing. But the evolution, especially in the past 12 months, is that we're starting to be our own stakeholder in the space as well, creating our own resources that moms and parents can turn to, thinking about our own programs and ways that we can be a great connector of what's out there to create and make an impact. We're starting to think about policy and how we can change mental health from the root causes of the issues. How does that tie into social justice? And so, when you start with this great idea of wanting to help, that's wonderful if you can achieve that. But if you can grow to be not just a facilitator, but like the change maker yourself, and it's been so quick. It's been so quick. And I'm so proud of, when we get these partnership calls and people say, tell us a little bit about you. And, Sharon and I talk 5,000 miles an hour, and then we pause and they're like, whoa. And we're like, yeah. So I'm very proud of that.
So I wanted to wait. Yes, everybody said, beautiful job, ladies. I call us the Netflix of nonprofits. I call us the Netflix because we create our own content. If you're listening, Ted, we create our own content, and we also fund other people's content. We push the envelope. Every partnership I've ever done, I treat it like it's a trend. Show me something I've never seen. Give me something that I can sell. Blah, 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 that's going to work. So I start with that. What I'm the most proud of is that all these ladies on this call have not quit and tolerate me on a day-to-day basis. I have not driven them crazy yet, all of them, yet. And what I'm really the most proud of is that we've made caring cool. It's cool to care. It's really cool to care. It is really not cool not to care. And I am the most proud of, as mothers, whether they donate their time, their energy, their platform, they care, we lead by example, and caring is cool. And that's what I'm the most proud of.
You just answered my next 3 questions. Because
Sorry.
the next thing I was going to ask was, I said, I'm not a mom, but what's the best way I could help your organization? What you just said was, you could volunteer your time. You can actually purchase items and so forth, that you're all very accessible and all that. Am I missing something there besides volunteering your time?
Follow us on Instagram. Come up with any ideas you have. We listen to everything. We answer everybody. I mean, I guess that's it. If you care, join us.
And presumably we're going to see more partnerships, and when live events become a normal, okay thing, we'll start to see something live and in person. Galas?
And I will be emailing you again when that happens, Darren, so that you can come.
I don't know about a gala. We might do a very cool little let's say, venue-based event with a
Cabaret.
bunch of our kids. It's a secret. It was supposed to happen, but it's a secret. We have 2. But I think a gala is kind of passé, personally. And, again, being a trends expert, I'm not saying they won't make money. I wish them all well, and I hope they succeed wonderfully. I don't think it's on our brand. It's kind of not who we are. We're not the 3 of us, and even Meredith, we're not super fancy. We don't need to get dressed up. We kind of can do it in a more interesting, organic, special way. Again, we have the talent, so we can make it very unique.
We like to dress up, but
yes, we do. Yes, we do, but not
like some of
for
you
a gala.
dressing up.
We sure do like to look good. We do.
Well,
But like for Terria's Studio 54 below, not Studio 54. It's not open anymore. Terria's a singer. The next thing we're going to do is go to her 70th birthday song night. As soon as that opens, we can't wait. But that's not a fundraiser.
Okay.
oh yes,
That's a fundraiser. F-U-N.
oh no,
Oh, I'm writing that down as.
A fundraiser.
Mom Cares is going to be part of it, of course.
Well, something.
Well, then it is a
Sharon,
fundraiser. Like, call me wrong. All right.
Sharon said we're the Netflix of nonprofits. Was that something that you just came up with on the fly, or do you actually say that?
I say it because I came up with it on the fly, because what Netflix does is buy content and create content. That's what we do. We buy other people's IT and fund it, and we come up, like every day I come up with something till they bat me down. You come up with our own creative ideas.
Well, then that leads me to for a question for anyone but Sharon to answer,
Good.
which is, I hear
I dare
so
you.
many interesting things being said in just this 30-minute-ish call. Is the biggest struggle of all figuring out, like, what's the best idea and paring down what's good? I'm getting a nod from Meredith there.
Meredith answer.
I mean, part of the problem is that there's so much need. It's not like mental health is something that if we could just fund this enough, we could heal all the people. And so parsing out what we want to support is a huge piece of the ongoing work at Your Mom Cares. What do we think is going to be the game-changing path forward? But then it's also, you're talking with these 3 dynamic moms at the helm of this organization. The inspiration, the ideas, the creativity, we're a little engine that could. And so we want to say yes to as many things as possible, but we also want to make sure that it's quality over quantity. And so I think every day and week is a battle between, is this the thing to pursue for the kids, for the organization, or is this something that isn't the right time or place or method to get where we're trying to go? And that, as the operator, it's good to have choices, is what I'll say.
It's good to have choices. Well, is there anything that I missed, did not ask about, or should have covered but did not cover?
I would say have a happy and healthy new year, because that's all anybody really wants is a happy and healthy new year, and it's coming, and a sweet new year. It's coming up soon. I would say that honestly, that all of us really enjoy what we do. And, it's nonprofit. We really want to help kids, but we really have a good time. And we've met the most interesting mothers, celebrity mothers, mothers who struggle, people that just really care. We have personal relationships with people that we would never have these relationships. And we get to hear their stories, their narratives. And it's a gift to us, that we get to enjoy and know so many people through our work.
Anyone have anything else to add, or we will just have to do this the next time and cover in all the new successes and things that I missed in the second interview?
Anytime.
Anytime. Yeah.
Well, thank you all for not only making the time, but bringing awareness to great causes with great companies, and doing all this in a time when a lot of people feel defeated and maybe aren't being so proactive and looking to take on new work. So thanks to all of you for doing the things that you do.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Paltrocast.